Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advancement Center. I am David, and I'm coming to you from everywhere and nowhere, from the world of magic and miracles, the industry of magic and miracles, and the new world of hypersonic magic, delivering you whatever you need in packages that can enhance your life, take you closer to your creator, to your origin, and to the magnificence of you. That's really all there is to do. Coming to that awareness of yourself changes everything, first for you and then for everyone. All 8 billion of us benefit from the recognition of yourself as something more than this physical image that you're seeing in the screen, that you see in your own mirror, and that you see through other people's eyes as they sometimes display something that's far below who you are. So it's great to be here. I have some things to share, so I'm going to get right to that. There is a feeling here now of floating, riding on the flow that is carrying the new vibration of the new world. It is full of buoyancy, and the future and the road ahead looks bright. Life can now become easy, even as it fires its difficulties at you from left and right. Jump into the flow and feel yourself disappear from a life of responsibilities. Float like a balloon and let the currents of the flow take you to a world of safety, security, and well being, and to wherever you need to go. And imagine the little kids pointing up to you in the sky like an untethered balloon, feeling a freedom that brings joy to their hearts. Just as we see in the movies, our aura is becoming like sparkles of light all around our body, and people are beginning to see you glow. Become the untethered balloon and drop off all your heavy baggage and just float. And now, chapter 22 of This Life is a Hoot. In the meantime, you know the rest. Your brain is fucked. State of being. The body needs whatever amount of time necessary to heal itself. It has that ability within itself, as it was designed to do that very thing. We get in the way of that healing by being in a state of fear and then agreement with our self-diagnosis or someone else's diagnosis. If we can but return to the state of being where we are spirit, where we are eternal, where we are an aspect of source, we allow the body to do for itself what it naturally does. For the body to do that is as natural as walking and breathing. The only thing that gets in the way of that is actually focusing on how we walk and how we breathe, and then delivering to those parts of our bodies which operate those functions that there is a problem. The body's only choice is to agree with you. For you are the master that controls your body. You tell it that it is okay, or you tell it that it's not. And it has no choice but to accept what you tell it, even if it isn't true. That's why things like placebos have been documented to have healed people from being on death's door. The patient knew they were going to get better from taking this pill, and they knew it so strongly that the body had no choice but to get better, even though the pill was just a piece of candy. When we go to that state of being where we are just simply spirit, we step into our world of no problems, and the body goes right there with us. The body is like a young child, absorbing everything you say like a sponge and desiring to make you happy by making it a reality. It wants to replicate the picture that you have given it because it is designed to respond to you. You can start with a hangnail, and if you project that into something that is the beginning of some terrible disease, the body will follow your lead. And the next thing you know, you will be on your way to some terrible disease. All the things that distract us from delivering those negative messages to our body are the true healing modalities that allow us to heal ourselves by getting out of the way of our body's natural design to heal itself. Things like laughter, nature, music, dancing, singing, painting, working at something you love. These are just some of the things that take you to that state of being where you connect with yourself and your spirit and change the thoughts that you deliver to your body. Your body has the ability to detect when it is being attacked by viruses and white blood cells and other intruders, and it deals with those attacks instantly. We don't even know the millions and millions of times throughout our life when this has happened without us even being aware of it. I don't even think the body knows the difference between when it is sick or not. It does not use that language. It simply responds to signals like a computer, even though it is conscious. When we tell it that it is sick or hurt, it gets that signal from us like a 1 or a 0. And it goes about putting us in one of those states. If a 1 is sick and hurt, and you tell your body that it is sick and hurt, it goes into the state of a 1. And if you tell your body that you are well, it goes into a state of 0. Of course, others who understand the natural abilities within each one of us and how to use them in support of others are able, through their gifts and abilities, either to change your state so that you can heal yourself, or go directly into the body and change the signal that has been locked in by the person or the being who is inhabiting the body. This can be necessary on many occasions, and many millions of beings have been healed this way and will continue to be healed this way in the future. But the optimum result comes from your discovery of your own ability to understand and then change your state of being so that your body, if need be, is given its ability to do what it is designed to do. There's great simplicity in the workings of this and in the understanding of it, even though it appears challenging and may seem impossible in its practical application. The challenge of the aspect of us that lives in this physical dimension as a human being has always been to connect to the remembrance of our true, immense, and magnificent being. We do this more times than we think, but to stay in this place and still operate in this physical plane has always been the challenge. But even if you aren't able to stay in that place of perfection, which is your natural state, you now have a pathway into that state, if only for a moment, so that you can start the engine of your body and allow it to produce its own self-healing. We are so incredibly powerful, and now you know how the whole system works. Simply send the signal to your body that you want followed and stand back and watch as it follows your command without hesitation. It may take some time or no time before the results of this are evident, but it will surely happen. In the military, there is a chain of command that must be followed to prevent loss of life in the combat zones. It is the same for your body as its commanding officer. The body says, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir." When the command is issued from its commander, you. So issue your orders with full confidence that they will, and know that they will be followed. Then, like a general in the army, know that your orders will be carried out to the T, and live from that moment on as if that is so. Any doubt from you as commanding officer will muddle the signal to the platoon, and the lack of complete knowing and trust may cost you and your body its life. So enter the state of being where you are the commanding officer of a body with 1,000,000 soldiers. And from this place of spirit, stand tall as your body follows your every command without a second thought. And know that from this state of being, you can not only heal your body, but you can move all heaven and earth. When you remember who you are and all that you are capable of, you are a master of unimaginable power. Simply go and enjoy this life and pass on this knowing to all humanity through your words, but mostly through your actions. Cheers to you, great masters. And now, chapter 23, the door. Something's coming. Something's coming. It is the surpassing of the reaction to the human experience, the end of the reaction to being human. It is not the end of having car problems or having relationship problems or having health problems or money problems, for they will not be overcome by a Savior that is coming to eliminate those things. What is coming is the complete transcendence of these human circumstances and their associated experiences. I have been speaking about the arrival of our ability to transcend the world of being human for many years, but now that reality and that world is here. I can feel its presence all around everything. You will completely lose your dependency to all that exists in the world of being human, logic, cause and effect, and the striving that is so pervasive in this physical plane. Instead, your awareness of the world of magic and miracles, the industry of magic and miracles, and hypersonic magic will grow exponentially. And this is what you will be gently directed to instead of the natural reaction to your human experience that has become like a knee-jerk response. The existence of the physical world and the human experience will not be eliminated, but you will be taken further than you ever have been in your reliance on the world of spirit. This will become your primary focus, not because you are trying to make it so, but because that is what is coming and that is what is here. And it will push you there even against your own will. There may be more and more difficulties in your human life, in your human experience, so that you may come to the point of saying, I've had enough. There must be another way. And that other way is to step out of the dependency of the world of the physical plane, to finally release the physical world of all its promises that it made to you, which made you trust it with your life and continue coming back over and over again to get what you were promised and what you think you deserve. The promise of happiness, well-being, security, financial security, health, love, peace, justice, and freedom that you were told would be yours. Yet each time you took what you thought are the necessary steps, the ones that you were told would bring you all these things, you were disappointed again and again. Yet you kept coming back, trying harder to do what is required, and each time you got slapped in the face and you react. You say, I've done my part. Where's the things that I was promised? And you keep coming back because it is the only game in town. Even when you decide to go off grid and live as a hermit or a pilgrim, you're still in the game. The only way out of the game is to surpass the game and become bigger and more grander than the game itself and all its false promises. How can you try to gain something that you already are? I often hear people say to someone who is having a moment of happiness because of a change in their life, I'm so happy for you. You deserve to be happy. They say that as if you are owed that because you put in the required time of not being happy to have earned happiness, or that you are a nice person and nice people deserve to be happy. How can you earn something that you already are? But in our forgetfulness, we no longer know that we are already everything and that everything already belongs to us. To see and feel yourself entering into this remembrance and this other way and letting the whole human experiment fall off of you like a pair of oversized trousers is the something that is coming. It is the something that is here. I was driving my car the other day and my check engine light came on, and with it came all the thoughts of having a car with problems in this human experience. But what came louder was something is coming. something's coming. And at first I thought it was a new car or money to repair the car if it needs repairing. But what I saw, felt, and heard immediately after those other thoughts was that there was nothing to react to. I could let it all go and allow something grander to fill the empty space. And that something grander in that moment was the freedom that comes from the trusting and relying on the world of spirit, a world that is hidden in plain sight, right outside of the reaction that comes through your human eyes and your human senses and mind. And the very next day, the check engine light went off without me having done a thing. Spirit, magic and miracles, and hypersonic magic. This is something that can be seen and understood because the reality of what I am saying is not new. It has been said by many before me. But to eject yourself from the millions of circumstances that are a part of being human is a challenge that takes great courage and determination. No matter how much happiness you receive from the promises, there will always be another circumstances to take it right back. For the happiness, love, respect, joy, peace, health, well-being, and financial security in this physical plane are all conditional. And if you just so happen to gain any one of those things, you close your fist so tightly around it, for you know it can be taken away. So then you are never free to give those things to others. There is only one way out of this game. And when you've had enough, that way out will find you and appear right in front of you, for it has always been here in plain sight. It's a door. It's just like that door in the Truman Show movie that the character who was Truman had to walk out of. He saw the door, and then he saw the comfort of staying in the world that had deceived him. For he believed that even in the world of deception, there was some love still waiting there. The millions of people who were watching him on his television show were cheering for him to walk out that door. And we have millions of angels watching and waiting for us to walk out the door of our movie, which is called By Your Name. They are cheering you on to come out of a system that has controlled and manipulated you, that has used your energy and kept you from knowing that you are sovereign, powerful, and free. Once you walk through that door, you will see the world of spirit that was always right in front of you. You will see all the beings who have supported you, and you will see the orchestration that came from your creator to bring you to the remembrance of who you are. And you will also see the orchestration that has come from those that have wanted to keep you from remembering who you are. When you walk through that door, you will experience love, joy, peace, happiness, health, security, well-being, financial security, and justice for all. It will be yours, and it will be unconditional. And the promise that it will always be yours and that it always will be, has been, will be real and will allow you to unball your fist and open your hands and give it all away. This is the new world. It is and has always been inside of you. You just have to walk through the door to make it yours. It matters not if it is today or tomorrow or next year, for all will one day find themselves walking through that door and going home, back to the source from whence they came, back to the one energy that created it all, which everything and everyone has come from. Today ends the suffering of all those who never knew, and it lets everyone know that all your suffering is a choice to, like Truman, to stay in the world of deception and react, because this life has imprisoned you with its unfulfilled promises, or to walk through that door into the freedom of your new world that was always inside of you. It will always be up to you how long you want to stay in your show and play the game called Let's Get What I Was Promised. Come on down. You're next. You're the next contestant to play the game that has been sweeping the world for eons. Let's see if you can be a winner by getting what you think you are owed. But make sure you read the fine print before appearing on this show. Playing this game may result in getting the opposite of what you think you are owed or have earned or been promised. Playing this game will make you judge and compete with others. It will make you jealous as you look at some who appear to be winners of the game. By the way, they are no winners. Playing this game may make you selfish and unkind and only see the negative parts of people. If you play this game believing that it is real, you will only find heartache, suffering, and disappointment. But if you can play this game for the simple enjoyment of playing a game, not for 1 minute believing that the receiving of anything you were promised is anything but monopoly money, something that makes you smile but has no real value related to who you are, then you may play as long as you would like without any repercussions or side effects. Although Truman was there from the time of his birth until full adulthood, he always had moments of seeing that something was off. And we are no different. As much as he wanted all the things that life had promised him, he had a nagging, underlying feeling that his journey through his life was just entertainment for something that was watching him. This game and this show will allow you to go to the highest highs, but you will never find fulfillment within those moments, because you are far more than a momentary high or a ride back down to a momentary low. You are an immortal, eternal, spiritual being who has taken part in the creation of this game and then fell asleep and forgot that it is just a game, just a show that you decided to be the leading actor and contestant of. As you continue to remember, you will rise above this creation, and through that remembrance, take back your sovereignty and your rightful place as creator and an aspect of the one energy that is called God. We designed this game to last forever so that all who would choose to experience it would have the opportunity to do so. The only way to get out of the game and its continual cycle is to remember who you are. The game was designed so that every time you get close to exiting it, some distraction of life would be used as an opportunity to allow you to continue in the game. Highs like falling in love or getting a dream job or going on a dream vacation or many other happy moments that can continue to hold your attention and make you excited to continue to be a contestant in the show. And lows like health issues, financial problems, and losses of loved ones continue to come and demand your attention, just as you might be getting close to exiting the door. As the thoughts that are generated from these negative circumstances keep you locked in the game through an emotional attachment, which causes you to try and find some type of solution and resolution. As I said before, and as I will continue to say, you are an immortal, eternal, spiritual being. In the end, it matters not what you choose, because you were never born and you can never die. But if it is your choice to exit the game and the show and move yourself from the cycle of highs and lows and the chasing of the promise of life and all the suffering that it comes from your reaction to it, the door will appear and you will be free to walk out. Cheers to us all. And no matter what you choose, or even if you have chosen to exit the game and are still trying to make your way to the door, remember that you are never alone, that you are loved, and that you have always been loved. Walk to the door, turn the knob, for your true life is now ready to begin. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to speak. May whatever you need find the place in you that can receive it, so that you can truly walk through the door and remember who you are. Thanks again for joining me. I am David.